Good morning, and hope you've had a really great weekend. There has been a tremendous amount of information in the past week to do with investing, and as many of you know, I normally would write my Monday morning market report on what has happened in the past week and publish that in the group. But my website's in the process of being transferred between hosts and being rebuilt. So today I thought I would do a live here in Facebook. So what's really caught my eye over the past week and what I would like to talk to you about is the business aspect. And we have seen just over the last few days, if you like, what has happened with Philip Green and with the Arcadia Group, which I believe is going into administration today. We have Debenhams who have been steadily closing stores down. They have been unable to find a buyer, and it also looks like they'll be going into administration. And they are not the only businesses which have done so. If we go right back to 2008, when the credit crunch started, we have seen so many household names, high street names, disappear totally. And the era, I believe, of large business is actually winding down. Yes, you can have a global business, but you're global online. You're not so much global these days by having stores in every town and by expanding into different countries. The era for me of large businesses has been declining since the early 2000s. And I've been watching all these strategies that people have had for growing these big businesses actually start winding down. And that has come to the forefront this year in particular with the lockdowns and the way those businesses are structured, they have been unable to survive. And that is just taking us full circle. And I believe that we are going to get to the stage where we'll be back to cottage industries, what I term as cottage industries. And they are simply businesses that you are able to run from your own home. Now, a lot of people these days will refer to them as hustles. I think that's the terminology. Side hustles is what they call them. But the growth of these types of businesses are always prevalent when there is a recession. And that's one of the reasons why we teach you that you need to have these multiple streams of income coming in. You need to have the side hustles so that when we get to this situation we're in now, mainstream businesses are disappearing, but you still have income that is coming in. So I think one of the things that is important to look at, if you like, and to think about with the side hustles is how quickly, if you become dependent on that side hustle, can you ramp it up so that it becomes a more mainstream income for you? Now, as most of you know, when I started this business, we used a Facebook group, but the Facebook group was only to deliver the material. We had training sessions, which were one-to-one sessions with private clients or sessions in a group. Now, the lockdowns in March, and particularly here in Spain, meant that when I couldn't travel outside my house or my street, let alone go to other countries to be able to deliver the programs that I would normally be delivering. And I had to be able to ramp this business up extremely quickly so that everything went online. And I was only able to do that because I had put planning in place that was my contingency plan, so that if the business wasn't working the way I needed it to work, what were the alternatives that I was able to do to move those businesses forward? And today, when we look at what is happening out there in the markets, it becomes more and more important that you have the contingency plans. You build those side hustles. You look at your existing businesses and what add-ons you can put onto them. And for those in our mastermind, you know this is lessons 1 and 2 that we go through. How do we build those side hustles? How do we add extras into our business? And the idea is that as the Main Street businesses go, as job losses will get higher and higher, you are going to lose a lot of your market. So you need to be able to ramp that business up to the markets that will be your new customer base. So please, in today, I said I was going to do a market report, and it would have been mainly on the business, and this is the report. Put a contingency plan together. Look at your existing business and have that business operating to different markets, and look at how or what you need to do to be able to ramp that business up to create more income for you. And just think of who could you partner with, because it's not just about a sole business that you have. You know, I am currently building partnerships with so many people to help me grow my business in the long term. Think about who offers something similar to what you want and how you could tap into that service so that it can become an additional product to your company. It's going to get tougher out there, there's no doubt. I have been writing for 3 years about the decline in the high street. COVID has accelerated that decline, and it's not going to stop now. The era, to me, of large business is over, and everyone is going to need to have a way of supporting themselves, of having an existing business that they can grow, or of having multiple side hustles that will generate income for them. And now's the time to start planning for that.